Hi, and welcome to episode 9 of the EdTech Toolkit for Educators series. This one's a little bit different. We looked at modules, staff know how to use modules, but right now I'm looking at some of the modules inside Canvas and I'm thinking to myself, they're getting quite heavy with resources. So maybe you want to start utilising pages. That's what today's episode is all about, Canvas pages. Let's jump straight into the intro. So welcome, if you guys don't know me, I'm Al-ankar, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, here is my handle. Also, if you don't mind, please like and subscribe. I like to make sure that I get this out to as many people as possible so they can start utilising this technology if they use Canvas as their virtual learning environment. So please do hit that bell, hit the subscribe button, and make sure that you get your notifications so you can see when I make new content. Let's jump straight over to my main display, and then we can start actually looking at how we can start utilizing pages inside of your Canvas course. So I'm already on Canvas, and to utilize pages, or to even understand what pages do, pages theoretically inside your course give you a way where you can display information in a wide variety of different elements from a wide variety of different sources, third-party applications, and have them all present on one single module item that you'll see on a Canvas module. So as an example, if I wanted to start creating a page inside a module block, I can just click on the plus and then click on the drop down, select pages. From new pages, I want to call this RCE demo. Why? I'll tell you why RCE in a minute. And then you click add item. Straight away that adds there, it's unpublished, no student can see it, and you can start editing that page straight away. If you go over to the course navigation on the left side, you'll also see the word pages. This allows you to create pages in another way or in another location. So I'm going to call this RCE Demo 2. You can see I've already done this before. I'm going to click Save again. This time round, it's giving me another one. The same way, but if I go to the modules now, I don't see that one that I've done demo 2 on this actual modules list. But if I wanted to add it, I go to modules, click on plus, and then go to pages, and it's listed there. So I can click demo 2 and add it underneath. So that's a quick way of adding a page to your Canvas course. So I'm going to go to demo the first one. And the reason why I call it RCE is because this is technically, you are utilizing a bit of functionality inside Canvas called the Rich Content Editor. So what a rich content editor allows you to do is do a lot more than what you would previously do on a module page. So this actually starts to allow you to build out a web page full of content and full of maybe a list of instructions that you want students to follow, or a list of links to go to different places. And what a page does to me, well, in my example of what I think a page does for even staff or instructors or anybody, is allows you to centralize your resources into one place, add them all in one location, and then be able to actually add clear instruction as to what it is you want the students to actually go and do, go and look at, come back to. There's a variety of bits of functionality in here that I want you to look at and understand how to use. But from this top bar that you see here, I'm going to just scroll over it with my mouse. All of these little elements here allow you to do a different bit inside of this page that you've got here. So before we start, if you want to make your page a little bit bigger so you can see it, you can click on these dots over here and then drag your mouse down. And it actually drags it up so it's a bit bigger so you can see what you're adding. So you can do what you would do in a normal word processor really, but it's actually on a web page so people can get it on the app. So the Canvas Student app works with this. They can see it on their mobile phone, they can see it on a tablet, they can see it on a laptop. So as a baseline, obviously you've got your basic things that you would get in any sort of word processor. So you've got your font sizes here, you've got your heading, your headers. So you've got heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, pre-formatted, and then obviously paragraph. You've got bold, italic, underline. You can change the color of your text, you can change the background color of your text. You can use superscript, so if you're using like powers inside some sort of like mathematical question or something, or you wanted to put something up there like, you know, like Wednesday the 4th, you could add the powers there to add the 4th, the TH part. You've got left align, center align, your bullet points, and then your indentation. So this is anything you would normally get on your word processor. So you've got your alignment and stuff like that. You've also got direction. So what that allows you to do is, if you were doing a course, for instance, that was in a different language, as an example, take Arabic, you could have the direction of the text start from right to left instead of left to right, because obviously some languages actually are that way inclined. The next one that's quite interesting to know is links. So I'm going to go into links. I'm going to sort of add a bit of information about links here. So what links allows you to do is do some quite interesting things inside of your course. So you can start pulling stuff into your course from different areas, and links allows you to do that. So first of all, you've got two options: external or course links. So if you click on external links, what will happen is it'll allow you to put the text for that. So I can call this Google search, and in here I can just put google.com. Click done, and straight away you'll see it adds with a yellow marker, and it actually adds that as a hyperlink directly on the page. So students can click that, and then it'll open up in a second tab directly with Google's link, so they can start searching for something. So if you wanted them to go and search something and then come back, then you could just put it inside the text he was writing. So you could even highlight text and put that. So if I put task 1, go on to Google, and then what I could do there is highlight the word Google, click on link, add an external link to that single word, and it'll take Google. I write google.com, click done, and then directly that word there is a hyperlink, so they click on that and it takes them directly to Google. The next one you can do obviously is course. So with a link, you can add a link to a course link. So if I clicked on that, I can then use any of these links that are available within my course that I've already got. So if you've got another page, so I could go to demo 2, so I can click on that one, and that'll take me straight away to the second demo page that I've got in there. So that's a link that clicks on that and it goes to the second page that I created earlier on. You could also do different other things with it. So from course links, you can also go to assignments, quizzes, announcements, discussions, modules, or course navigation. So course navigation theoretically will take into any of the bits. So if it was like a collaboration that you wanted to add, so you could say, like in the task, first go to Google and research this group, and then get yourselves into little collaborations with each other, and then do that. So you could link that word in there. So putting collaborations on that means that that'll link directly off to the collaborations part that's inside your Canvas course. A variety of different bits are available from this links area. So the links one's quite a powerful tool to have. The second one I want to show you is images. So what that will do is it will allow you to either upload an image from your machine. So if you've got an image, you can upload it directly from your machine by finding the image. You can also use Unsplash. Now, if you're not familiar with what Unsplash is, it's a Creative Commons free sort of royalty-free image search engine, and there's thousands of images inside there, literally thousands. So if I put computing, and I was doing something on coding, or I was doing something on this instruction, I could add that image and then click submit, and it'll add that directly on the page. Now I know what you're thinking, that's massive. So what you can do inside Canvas on the rich context editor in Pages is actually scale this down, so I can make this as small or as big as I want to. So that's how you would upload an image. You can also look at images that are already inside your course. So if you've already added an image somewhere else and you want to bring it back and use it again, then you can do exactly that. So from here I can find an image that I might already have, and as long as I put my cursor just next to the picture, wherever you put your cursor is where the Canvas will sort of take that information and put it. So if you click on this one here, then that image straight away loads up into that page as well. So that's how you'd use an image from that area. So that's course images. So any images that are inside your course you can utilize straight away from there. You've also got user images. Now, the reason that user images and course images aren't the same is because inside Canvas, as a user of Canvas, you've actually got storage inside your account area inside Canvas. So if I click on the account area and then I click on files, I can actually find any of the files that I put in against my personal account, and I could use them inside my courses if I saw fit. So that's just a way of utilizing anything that you've got inside Canvas inside a page. So I'm going to move on a little bit further, And the next one is the media recorder. So if I just put a carriage return or enter on my keyboard, I can then click on that little V that's underneath that one, and I've got upload and record media. So what this allows you to do is record, if you've got media already on your computer that you want to upload in, it accepts a variety of different file formats. But what it means is that you can actually search your machine, find a video and upload it in there that way. Or you can use record. So what a record allows you to do is actually record audio or video directly into your Canvas course. So as an example, if I was to go and select my web camera, this should show my web camera right now. And if you did that on your machine, it probably would. But the whole reason why it's not for me is because I'm actually utilizing it in this video that's in the bottom corner. So if I wanted to do just audio on its own, I'd just select no video and make sure that my microphone was the right one. And then I can start recording. So this is a great way for instruction. So if you just say like, good morning guys and girls, welcome to today's session. What I want you to do is focus on what we was doing for project 1, and first of all I want you to start off by doing a quick search on Google to try and find some more information surrounding the key facts or points that we talked about in last week's session. And you get the idea. You put some information in there so it allows them some instruction that's in audio format as well, because not all learners just like to read stuff that's on a screen and see the instructions like that, task 1, task 2, task 3. But if you give it to them in a variety of different methods, then you're catering to a variety of different customers. And technically the learners are the customers in this situation. So using this facility actually really supports that. So once you've done, you click finish. Then you have to give it a title. So if I put today's task, click save. Good if I could spell that right. Click save. Then what happens there is it will upload that audio directly into the page, and it should put a play button, a pause button and stuff like that on the page. So as that's running, and they can get an audio volume level rocker as well. So this is a really cool way of adding audio directly onto a page, which means that students can then see that on a mobile phone, a tablet, a laptop, whichever way that they actually access Canvas. So that's another quick way of doing it. So I've gone over the media recorder. You can also use media that you might have in your own files area as well, the same way as I explained with the pages element, the pictures, images element. You can do the same with your files. So the last one in this list right now is files or documents. So if I decided that I wanted to put a supporting document in the page, instead of me actually having it as a module item on a Canvas module, I could actually put it directly onto the page that I want the students to interact with. So if I wanted to upload a document, I could do by clicking on upload, and it allows you to upload from your computer. So you can drag and drop that file directly on there, or you can go and search for it by clicking it and then searching your file explorer or your finder inside a Mac and go and look for that file itself. So if I went to do that, I might as well try and see what I can find here. Let's have a look. There's hundreds of files here. But if I was to put something in that made sense, it can be anything, literally anything, but I'm looking for pretty much a document that I might have here. So I'll just quickly navigate to try and find a document. There's one. Click open and then click submit. What it'll do is it'll then put that directly into the page, like so, which is quite a cool little nifty thing to have. One of the things that's quite good with this as well is the fact that it has an option. So if you wanted to, you can disable the inline preview. So what happens is, or you can make it automatically open as soon as they hit that page. So you can actually add a preview button which comes up and appears directly on the page in Canvas. So as soon as they open the page up, that file will then automatically open up in line and allow students to see it. Okay. So that's a nice little feature there. And to do that, again, just to confirm, all I did is I went over the item itself and clicked on the options that came with it. So it shows you different options that come on the file that's there. So that's a really nice and nifty and handy way to do stuff. So I could also search my course documents. So as you guys have been adding to module items, you've been adding files and different little bits inside there to support students and do what it needs to do. So you can use those documents that you've put inside your course directly inside a page. So if I went to course documents, I can then search any of the course documents. So any of the course links, course files or user files. So I'll go with course files and I can find something in here that's a PDF, for instance, or a worksheet that I want them to fill out. and I can add that directly on the page as well. So it could be docx, PDF, it accepts a variety of different formats again. So one of the things that's benefit of that is you can check it in alphabetical order as well. So if you wanted it in alphabetical, or if you want it in the date added, then you can do that, and you can just simply grab that one and drag it across, and then that'll put it there as well. So I've done the same one twice there, but you get the idea. You've then got clear formatting. So this allows you to clear any of the formatting you would have previously done on something. So as an example, imagine if I use that superscript and I had Wednesday the 4th, and that 4th was in the superscript that I mentioned earlier on. Then what I can do is, if I wanted to clear that formatting, all I have to do is highlight it all and then click on that, and it'll bring the TH back down. So if it was the 4th or a maths equation with powers or something, then you could actually do exactly that and sort that out from there. The next thing I want to show you is tables. So what this allows you to do in Canvas is add a table on top of a page. So technically I can create a table to start off with, depending on however I think it sees fit to me as to what I need. And then from there you get further options above the table itself. So what I can do from this is I can look at the table properties, and that allows me to do a bit more stuff with it. So I can add a border, like a 1 centimeter border on it, or 1 millimeter border. I can change the alignment, I can show the captions, I can change the padding, the height, the spacing. And in advance, you've also got the idea that you can actually change it to a dotted or a solid line or a dashed line or something like that. You can also change the background color. So let's go with that one. And then you can also change the background color. So border color and background color. And it works in hex. So if you know the hex value, you could add the hex value directly in that as well. So if you wanted to do a search on Google as to what colors of green there is, and then you could find the hex color for that green if you wanted a certain color of green. Depending if you was working with a brand or something like that, and then you can save that directly there as well. So my table's in it. I want to add a couple of columns, so clicking on the plus, I can add another another column. I can add another row, insert a column after. I can then obviously delete the column as well, so I can delete this column out, so wherever your cursor is, you can delete the column where the cursor exists. You can also add rows as well, so if I want to add a row above or a row below, so it depends. You might think, oh, I needed to actually add something else after that. You can add them in as you need, and then delete them out as you want as well. You can also delete the table entirely. But one of the things that I found quite beneficial is the fact that you could now imagine if you had a table on a page that you wanted to have like a list of tasks that a student needs to complete all on one page. So it could be like, this is 1, and then I want you to do 2, and then I want you to do 3, and you can sort of list that out quite easily. And the 1 could be, for instance, do a Google search, so I can pull that. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so I could pull that one down into here. And then the next one could be then is go and then do a bit of coding, so I can put that over there, and that picture just gets, you know, added straight into it. So I can drag and drop stuff around quite easily. As long as you highlight it first before you move it, I found that it works quite easily, but you should be able to. Let's excuse me for that one for a second. I'll move the audio actually. So if I grab the audio, I can pull the audio down into there as well. So this could be a table set with an array of tasks that you want students to do in a certain order. And then obviously you could then say, after you've done this, there's now going to be an assignment, and you wanted to add a link to an assignment at the end. So if there was another row here, I could add another row below, or above, sorry. I'll take that one out, below. And then here could be the 4th task, could be the assignment that you wanted them to do. So if I went up to my course links, and I went to course links, I found the assignment, and then I added that assignment, that might be this test assignment, for instance, at the bottom. So clearly they've got it listed out as to what the instructions are for the day, or how that session's going to work out with regards to what they need to do on campus and what they need to access. So tables is are quite a nifty tool in just being able to get stuff quickly onto a set, or portraying some sort of data or some sort of things that you might be doing inside your session. So I've hit enter again, I'm back on another line, and this time round we're going to look at the maths tools. So this allows you to insert symbols, so maths equations and other bits like that. So if you wanted to go, for instance, 5, and then you wanted to add this one here, and then you wanted to do whatever else, you could add any of these icons straight after, and then click insert, and that straight away will add your maths equation directly on the page, which is really powerful and an easy way to portray actual maths equations at scale. So if you was doing like a higher level of maths, then obviously that's a quick way of getting a very nice symbols set onto a page, because obviously a lot of people struggle on getting stuff like that onto a web page, but that insert symbols tool is really nifty and handy on to use. So there's that one done. Now the last one I'm going to show you is apps. So that's this little plug that's over here, and what this allows you to do is use any of our third-party applications that we've got that work with Canvas within a Canvas course. So under apps, you've got a variety of different things. So I clicked on that little plug that was at the top, and what that allows you to do is then scroll through and have a look at a variety of different bits and bobs that we've got available for Canvas. So you could use Khan Academy, Office 365, if you've got a document that's in your OneDrive that you want to utilize and put up there. You can use Microsoft Teams meetings, you can use Planet eStream, any of these things that are here. So as an example, if I wanted to use just one of them, so if I wanted to use if I wanted to add a Twitter feed directly onto a page, if we were all following a certain hashtag or something like that, you can click on Twitter, and then what this should allow you to do is put the hashtag. So if I put the hashtag EdTech in here, and the last 10 tweets for EdTech, and then clicked on preview, it would show me the last 10 sort of tweets around EdTech. So it's really nice to do that, and you can just embed it straight in or modify it back if you're not quite happy with that hashtag. But for instance, if you were to create hashtags within your teaching, learning, assessment delivery pattern, then obviously you could follow those hashtags, and students could see when they tweet those hashtags as well on the page. So it makes them feel a bit more included within that hashtag, because hashtags are massive and they're utilised massively across different bits of education and obviously enterprise and business and all this kind of element as well. So to embed that directly in the page, you just click on the embed button and straight away it will pull that directly in there. Obviously I had the cursor in the wrong place, so remember where you put your cursor, but equally that's embedded straight into that table there now. So I'm just going to put another carriage return in there. But the apps are really, really powerful, and I would advise you to go and have a look at some of the apps that we've actually got for Canvas, because there's so many other things you can use. So if you are familiar with, for instance, Google Hangouts or Google Drive or Google Maps or any of the other bits that are up here, then just jump on and have a look, and you can pull some quite nice resources that don't take you any harder than just searching for a resource. So TED-Ed, I mean, I don't know how many of you are familiar with TED-Ed, but for me, I could pull something on computing, and I could find a quick video on computing, and I could embed that directly into my page by clicking on this one. So it depends what obviously are available from within a TED-Ed search, but equally you can add that directly in, and it's a really quick and powerful way to add the content where you want it. So if I feel as if that video is not in the right place, I can move it by literally grabbing it and then moving it where I need it to be. Likewise with the Twitter feed, I can move that and have that somewhere else. So you see where we're going with being able to use these third-party applications on a page. So that is the quickest demo of Pages ever. I hope you found it beneficial. One of the last things I would say is that obviously accessibility is there as well. So if you want a little accessibility checker against yourself as to what this looks like for somebody with accessibility issues, then or accessibility needs, to say, you know, a better one really, then you can click on the checker, and that will check, and it will tell you what you need to do, what issues you need to resolve for people with, for instance, scotopic sensitivity or people that are hard of hearing, etc. And you can go through those and then change them and add the captions like you need to, and that will do all the accessibility checks against it for you, allow you to make those changes. So consider your learner as well a little bit. That for me is the last one. I mean, I will go into maybe a little bit of detail later if someone wants to, on a one-to-one basis, as to what the HTML editor does. So this allows you to actually switch it up into code. but for a lot of people, they've never had to go as far as that yet. But if you do, or you want to because you want to do something, you know, in particular with it, then just give us an email to elearning@hull-college.ac.uk, and one of the guys will be able to help you or support you with anything you might want to do inside a Canvas page. So the last option at the bottom is quite an interesting one, because what you can do is you can set up a page and allow students to actually edit the page as well. So if you wanted to put up a blank page and ask them to go and trial the internet for things, then they could do that exactly the same way. So you can allow students to be able to edit the page as well. But if you leave it on the only teachers one, then it'll just allow only teachers to do it. You can also add it to the students' to-do list. So what this allows you to do is, if you want to utilize the calendar functionality inside your course, because all your assignments have got due dates and stuff like that, then you can do the exact same with a page and add it to their to-do. So if you put a date in there that say that they have to look at it by Thursday, and then a time, then what that does is it becomes a part of the student's to-do list when they first hit the Canvas dashboard. On the right hand side you get a to-do, and they'll see that directly from the to-do. Allowing to mastery paths is something if you want them to do something with mastery. So if they're trying to learn something completely and this is the resource they need before they can move on, then you can allow mastery paths as well, which is quite nice. So it's a feature which says that the students have to see this before they can continue on to that and do X, Y, and Z. So it allows you to add sort of rigor to what students need to do within a Canvas course. But that's just another feature there. By ticking that one on there, you're actually adding the mastery paths to that. Once you're kind of finished and done, you can click save and publish, or you can just click save. Save will just leave it saved for you, but equally published is save and publish means that students can actually access that as well. So publish always means that students can see the resource that you've put up there. So for this one, I'm just going to go with save. But at the same time, if I was to imagine if the internet was to drop out, one of the benefits on a Canvas page, which I think is quite good, is if I was to go back to edit this, and if I was to expand that, and I was to add some more content. So if I go to this Wikipedia page and I just copy this information, then go back to the course, if I paste it in, it's at the bottom. Okay, and then I imagine I've got this text on there. So I've been writing all this text for all this time, and then I go away and I close the page down, or I click cancel as an example, or I go somewhere else. So if I click cancel, okay, and clicked OK, and then I came back to the page again, one of the benefits of Canvas is it's got an autosave. So if I went back to this, it'll say, wait a second, the content's changed since you last saw it. So if you were working on a laptop and, for instance, the internet dropped out, what it does is it auto saves the content that was previously there. So it's continually taking snapshots of that page whilst it's working, which is very beneficial. So I can look at the preview, have a look, and it's got all that text that I added earlier on. So I can say, yes, I do want that to stay there. So the auto saving content feature in a rich context editor is a lifesaver in some cases. So I click yes, and then what it'll do is it'll add that content at the bottom. Then I can commit and save and finish. So that is a quick demo of a page in Canvas and what you can do with pages. So all these links go off and do exactly what they said they were supposed to. And I can listen to the audio, I can watch this video here from TED Talks, I can read this information that's here as well. So the benefits of having it like that is that students can then interact with it straight away and do what they need to do. So I'll click save here. And again, the immersive reader is available on all Canvas pages that you have inside of Canvas, which means that if they are hard of reading, then it can be read out to them as well. So at the end of the day, you don't have to be with them completely hand by hand or hand over hand in this sort of instruction, because obviously Canvas has got so many features within it which allows people just to do what it is they need to do on their own and allow them to have a bit more independence. So that's Canvas pages in a nutshell. So if I go to modules now and I click on that one, the first one that I did, it is exactly the same way, but you'll notice that now it says 14th of May that it needs to be viewed by, or something needs to be done on that, so it needs to be done. It's giving the students an indication that the 14th of May is the date for that to be done by. So quick indication there that they can see that as a visual. And again, all this works on their mobile phones, their tablets, I hope this has been a beneficial video. If you have got any more questions around Pages, or you want to start utilizing Pages a little bit more, then do contact myself or the team. The team email address, again, just to finish, is elearning@hull-college.ac.uk. Thank you very much and have a fantastic day.